Here's how I've made tens of thousands of dollars over the past couple weeks just trading meme coins. I am assuming that if you're watching this video that you are already somewhat familiar with meme coins, you have seen the craze. And what we are going to talk about is how you can find coins early that you can get into, because there's a lot of stuff going on, but there's a lot of money to be made. And there are certain ways that you can get early into some of these coins. So first and foremost, before we get started, this is my group, Canto Labs. Join this if you have any questions or if you're looking for a trading community, because a lot of what I'm going to mention is going to relate back to this when it comes to tools and tracking wallets and that kind of thing. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take a look at a couple trades that I made that were very profitable. And then we're going to go into how I found these and how I will find the next coins that I plan to trade. So the first coin is Waifu. It's VVIFU. It's kind of funny how like the ticker is, but so this was a coin that I found around 3 to 4 million, and it was one that I had looked into a little bit, but I was already very focused on a couple other coins. And so this was one that it got shilled to me. It got pumped really hard, and I just got completely sidelined. Like I missed this trade entirely, and the entire run up was it was insane. It went from whatever this is right here, like 3 million all the way to like 200 million. And I didn't buy it, but there was a lot of FUD on the coin last night. Randomly because of something else that happened with like another coin. And so this actually dumped from 200 million down to around 96. And when I saw this major dump, I said to myself, like, okay, like I didn't top blast, like I didn't just buy directly into the coin. And now I finally have an entry because it hadn't dumped at all. So I ended up putting in like 160 SOL into this, and I sold for 210. So I made 50 on this trade. I was only in this trade for probably like 30 to 45 minutes, and it was a 30% gain. Now you may say like, oh, well, I don't have all of that SOL. Like what am I supposed to do? Here is one thing that I do want to mention before I continue on, is that it does not matter if you have 1 SOL or 2 SOL or 3 SOL, because what you should be trying to do if you don't have a lot of money is you should be trying to stack quick wins. Now, this trade did come with experience. Like I said to myself, okay, I'm going to buy into this coin. If it goes lower, I'll buy more. And I'm planning to sell for like a 30 to 40% gain. But a lot of people ask, and this is like one of the most asked questions that people will always come to me, and they'll be like, what do I do if I only have 3 SOL? You don't have to be going for a 10, 20, 100x on every trade. If you are starting with something like 3 SOL, just try to stack it up. Like put 1 SOL into something, make 0.2, make 0.3, make 0.4. And when you have a coin that is very oversold like this, you can put like 1 or 2 SOL in, and you can generally hope for a bounce that can get you a good return, and it can help you stack up that bag. Now, I personally like to trade like this. Well, I consider this scalping. And the reason why is because when I see a coin that is too oversold and that's established and has already done really well, and a lot of people know about it, once a coin hits a certain point, it will eventually get a little bit of a bounce. I did not expect it to go this high, honestly, but I just sold into the pump, and that was basically what happened. So how did I find this? This coin was actually shilled to me directly. I posted it in my Discord, and I was talking about it on stream. This is in relation to the AI meta that's going on right now. And I think a lot of people should be paying attention to the AI stuff because it's pretty big. This Buck coin. So this was the GameStop mascot. And I'm going to actually pull this up real quick so that you all can see it. So what happened here is Buck the Bunny, which this is the GameStop mascot, posted this tweet, said, "Looking forward to starting my new job tomorrow." And then people started looking for the meme coin, which is when it was found like right around here. It was a coin that had already been launched, but people just started piling crazy money into it. So I ended up putting, I think, 50 SOL in, and I ended up selling for a 3x here. So I sold this. I bought at like 20 mil, and I sold leading up to like this 55 to 60 mil range. You can see that. And then it ended up just like kind of ranging and whatever. So then there was another tweet that I don't remember what it was, and this thing got pumped again. And I was a little bit late, but I bought into this, and then I ended up making like another 30 soul. So I bought into this coin twice actually, and both of them were tweet related. And I have a wallet tracker that I keep up with, and I also have a tweet tracker, both of which are in the Canto Discord, and we can take a quick look at that right now. So both of these are right here. So this is like wallet alerts. These are like all the wallets that we have compiled. And this is Twitter alerts. So these are like all the Twitter accounts that we also have in here as well. And so what I ended up doing is I traded this based off of there was a ton of volume, and there were tweets that directly impacted the price of this. So that's pretty much what I did here. I like to get in and out of coins personally. I know that there are some people that hold a little bit longer, but I'm someone who I like to take quick profit, even though I realize that I'm going to miss out on more profit, which is actually something that happened in this next coin. So in this next coin, this is Eliza. This is another AI meme coin. And I played this one really bad. I still made 26 soul, which was like 6 or 7 grand. But what happened here is something that I am not necessarily proud about. So last night, Shaw, who is a part of AI16Z, and they have already had multiple different AI coins that are out that have multiple $100 million market caps, mentioned that they were launching a coin for Eliza. Eliza is their mascot, and someone had actually already launched an Eliza coin, and it did well. And these guys didn't have control over it. So they said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to launch the official one. And that's what they did. So they launched this, and a lot of people initially thought that he was hacked. I didn't buy in. I saw this at 10 million, didn't buy in because I was like, dude, this guy is definitely hacked. Like this can't be legit. I ended up buying it at around 54 million. It ran up to 87, and I sold because the guy was on Spaces, and for some reason, people didn't really like what he was saying. So I ended up just selling. I got fudded out of this position. I was up like basically 100 soul, and then it ended up rebounding. It went like all the way back up. But this was just another example of trying to keep your finger on the pulse. And one of the big things that I would say about all of these trades is all of these trades happened because I was sitting at my desk. I think that there's a lot of people just say like, oh, I can log in for an hour and I can trade and I'll hit like, you know, I'll trade. But I was sitting at my computer yesterday for 16 hours and I didn't make a single trade because I was just not in the right mindset. It was only until this Eliza coin launched. This took all the liquidity. So I bought into this, made 26 soul. And while this was running, this one was dumping. So I made money here and then I sold, and then I bought into this on the dip, and then I sold, and then I went to bed. So that's what I did on these. And so those were the trades that I made. Now the next question is, how do you find the next runners? And it's a very loaded question because people will say, how do I find the next coin that is going to do well? If you look on Memescope, there are right now, I think like 10 coins that are migrating, which means that there are 10 coins that are about to graduate and they're about to become tradable. A lot of these that I see are kind of bullshit, right? So I don't know what this is. Marnie, I might look into that. Like Sweet Girl, I don't know what this is. Like there's a lot of random stuff that is graduating and that is getting volume. And one of the things that I personally like to do is wait for very obvious plays. I like to wait for something that I say to myself, I think everyone is going to pile money into this trade. Now, if you don't have a lot of money and you're trying to scalp your way up, then sure. If you click on a coin, maybe like this, just as an example, no, not that one. That one's not a good example. So if you look at a coin like this has a ton of volume. So I normally would not buy into a coin called Ozempic, but if this does dump a bit, I would go in with like 1 or 2 soul and I'd try to scalp like 0.5 or maybe hit like a 2x on a dump. Because if you look right here, this went to 390K and then it dumped to like 275 and then it rebounded back to like 400. So you could have hit like, you know, if you're swing trading these ranges, That's something that you can do. I personally don't love doing that on new coins. I like to wait for more established coins, but that's just my thought. I highly recommend being in a group where people are constantly posting about stuff. Like you can see in here, there's like a lot of different coins that are being scanned. You can see that there's a lot of people that are talking about stuff. They're giving their opinions. And this is a way to keep up with stuff very quick. If you want to be even faster, you set up a Twitter tracker for yourself. You track all the big accounts and you sit on your computer and you wait for a big event to come up. When something big does come up, you go check on Memescope and you say, okay, let me find like whatever the coin may be. And there's not anything happening right now, but you have to be locked in to wallet tracking, have Twitter noties on, and be following the right people on Twitter and be in groups so that you can have as much information as possible. So that is what I am doing on a daily basis. That is what I would recommend on a daily basis if I was somebody who is new or even established and already into this game. And yeah, so with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to give like a little bit of like an inside the mind of like how I've been thinking about like a lot of this stuff because the market is really hot. I did post a full hour-long educational video where I went over for beginners, for experienced people, like a lot of the stuff that I look at, and I went into a little bit more in detail than I did in this video. So go check that out if that's something that's interesting to you. Last thing, per usual, join Canto Labs if that is something that also interests you. We are one of the fastest growing meme coin groups out there. Really happy that we've gained so many new members, and I'm always open and down to answer any questions that you may have about meme coins. And there's a lot of really good resources and tools and people that are in the Discord that are helping out. So with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.